Hello and welcome to the next thrilling installment of the Carrion Crown from D6 Damage. Uh, last session we did some exciting stuff. In deference to tradition, we decided to break into prison rather than break out of prison. And unfortunately, our cleric was not able to join us, and we could have used him, but he's here now. Say hi, D Hundo.
Hello, how are you?
And with that
Yes.
brief recap, I will turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies, Doomboy.
Exciting session. You've written a check I can't cash. But yes, our party made their way into Harrowstone to investigate the strange going-ons. After finding a little bit of wealth in their adventures, they found mysterious omens that the prison was calling to them and was spelling their doom. Raphael had made his way off somewhere, and the party battled against something of quite a bit of power and found themselves running after experiencing some haunts. But let's dial the clock back a bit to Raphael. As you were all approaching the prison Harrowstone, a bit of light caught your eyes, and you, as you looked at it, heard someone crying, someone familiar, and this odd sensation that you were not meant to be there, that you were needed elsewhere. You apologized to everyone and made your way back to Ravengro. Making your way through a few folks beginning to set up a market for tomorrow, you see down the hallway, or you see down the alleyway, Kendra crying.
How long have we been away from the house?
About 2 hours.
Okay, that's strange. Okay, so I'll walk up to her. Obviously, Kendra, is that you?
Oh, Raphael. She wipes her eyes. Hello. How are you?
I'm fine. I was just with the rest of the men, but I heard you. I decided to come here. What happened? Are you okay?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm fine.
Please tell me. As I'll start. I guess I'll start like making my way back to the house. I suppose. Where were you going anyway?
I was just trying to do some shopping for the day. I'd run out of ingredients and material, and it's nothing. I'll be fine. You should go back to the others.
Nonsense. They will be fine. They won't. It's not like they're going to jump headfirst into anything they can't handle. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Meanwhile, as the rest of them look down into a massive hole. It's very silly. I don't want to bother you.
Am I going to have to roll a persuasion check?
No, this is a conversation.
Nonsense. My mother always told me I was a fantastic listener. So, please, let me assist you in your day's duties.
All right. It was just I saw they were selling these little apple beignets, and I thought to myself that I should get some because, well, I don't like them, but Father, he loved them, and I...
Waking up really bad on my end. I can't hear you very well.
My internet decided to unconnect itself again, as it's so keen on doing.
Oh, yes.
Unfortunate.
The struggles of quarantine.
Of life, really, but it was nothing. I was just making my way through the market, and I saw they had these apple cinnamon beignets, and I don't like them, but I thought Father, he'd be so happy because they're his favorite, and I should get some. And I remembered that he's gone, and I suppose I don't need to get them anymore.
Well, I might have an idea or two. I'll make my way back towards the market to where she said the beignets were. Please.
There's a bakery where there are a lot of inviting smells, and you can see that the person has laid out a few plates of them.
I am like beckoning Kendra to follow me.
She takes your arm and walks with you.
So basically what I want to do is I want to purchase a couple of those beignets. They also sound good. I'm going to have one too.
Right. I really want to eat beignets. I've never had them.
Yeah, you have to stop talking about them. You're making me hungry.
That's what Southern comfort is. It's beignets.
Mm-hmm.
Southern hospitality is giving me beignets.
Being called sugar by a Southern woman. Oh, let me get you some beignets, sugar. You're like, okay.
Episode 5. We all want beignets.
Episode 5, the sweet tooth. No, so basically I want to get them and set them on his grave as like, a little token.
You do take them and you make your way along. She seems to be holding onto your arm more for the warmth and comfort that seems to radiate off you as a cleric of Sarandray, and less for support. But you do make your way there. She leaves a small plate there. She takes one of them and she seems to not enjoy it almost as much as you all don't enjoy her cooking.
And now you know. I say to myself in my head.
But after a while,
so I guess we just stand there for a moment, and then I take like a little minute to say a little prayer.
As you say your prayer, you feel the sun shining upon you and a warmth fill you. There may be many places you are needed, but right now, no more than ever here, you are needed.
Nice.
After a while, you take her back to her place. She decides to rest for a moment. Boots is quick to hop into her lap, still very annoyed at that cone, and he keeps looking at you like, take it off!
If I take it off, you're going to mess with your tail.
He gives you a knowing look that's exactly what he would do.
Yeah.
But
silly kitty.
She decides to rest for the time being, and you just decide to rest as well. With so much travel, as delightful as it can be, it is good to rest in one spot every once in a while.
I think it's at this moment where Raphael realizes that like the last couple of days, well, even like when he traveled at the behest of the letter that he received from the professor, like he's been going and going and going and not stopping. And as he's like sitting there, and he looks over at her, just kind of resting with the cat, and then he kind of like takes a moment to reflect on himself, and he's like, I haven't stopped moving in months. And just kind of I think he probably passes out. Honestly. You
sit down. Boots is quick to hop in your lap. You go to give him a little pet in the only be woken by the sound of people knocking on the door rather loudly. As the rest of you arrive, battered, burned, bruised, a smidge humiliated, and
I'm gonna jump to my feet.
Okay.
You hop to your feet, sending Boots across the room.
I didn't mean to. I totally didn't realize, but I just popped. What happened? Oh my god, are you okay? What? I'll be getting my medic kit and start wrapping bandages and shit.
You see on Rigel and Deacon that they have very large burn marks upon their chests, about the size of their head.
What did you do? Please come to the. Is there like a shower, bathroom anywhere?
There's a place to wash up. Yes.
Yeah, I'll take them to the. Please come. Take off your clothes.
After a moment, Jack comes in carrying a safe as large as.
Oh no! Do I have to ask?
And he looks perfectly fine, by the way.
Oh no! Whose is that? What is that? Where did you get that?
That is the
don't
Warden
worry.
of Harrowstones.
Yeah, it's just research material.
Oh, thank you, Dunflower. You're giving
I'm
me heart
fine, by
attack
the
on
way.
heart attack. Are you? Are you really?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm okay. So, first steps: cleaning the wounds. Do I have any salves on hand? Let me check my inventory. I don't think I have any like burn salves on hand. Can I try to make some?
Do you have a healer's kit?
Do you have any materials for it?
I have a heals kit. Oh yeah, it should say in the heals kit, doesn't it?
I have no idea.
I think
If you want, you can roll me a survival check.
No, I guess I'll just continue using the healer's kit.
Okay.
Okay, so-
But I will roll a heal check if you would like me to.
Just see how well you can ease their pain.
So as I'm being seen to, what I do is I take off
Oh,
my
no!
cloak, I take off my armor. I basically move the holy symbols to my belt before I take off any of the armor. So the holy symbols will never leave my presence.
So, you two get ready, taking off your shirts and armor, and then he just starts rubbing sand in your wounds.
What the?
It's an old method to clean out all of the grime.
Mm-hmm.
Legitimately though, actually. It hurts.
How old
though.
are we talking? So I noticed.
No, it's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. But it's gonna be clean, and you're gonna be fine afterwards. But it's gonna hurt. I'm sorry.
Hang on, let me make a quick fortitude save here.
I'm not sure about sand, but I do know that soil, like getting soil in the wound,
Certainly.
promote
This is
platelet growth.
This is
18,
very
I think
painful.
I don't make any audible noises. Probably grind my teeth quite a bit.
your hand is digging quite deeply into the bathtub.
Oh, I'll probably get some like wooden spoons and like shove it in their mouths. Like here,
And the worst part is, it has remnants of Kendra's cooking.
oh no.
It sure really is worse than the disease.
So,
Well,
Grigori,
honestly,
what are you up to?
Grigori is just standing there looking at this and just shaking his head.
So you watch two victims be tortured.
They're not being tortured, they're being healed.
They're being healed.
Roll me a fortitude save as well, Rigel.
Okay, I was dreading this, but alright. Let's see, fortitude. Yeah, someone tells me this one in well. Let's see, never mind. I tank it out.
You are a man who has had to endure a lot of pain and heartache, and though this is certainly up there, you tough it out.
No.
I'm very sorry.
Don't worry about it. Let's just say this is the second big scar on my chest, he says. And sure enough, as you look at Rigel's chest, you see the burn mark, but also a big gash. It would look like a big gash from years ago from the top of his shoulder all the way down to the bottom of his stomach. Let's just say I'm kind of...
That's an old scar?
Yep, an old scar, years ago.
Oof. That doesn't look good.
Yeah, it didn't feel good either. I guess let's just say it's a good thing I'm not an evil line creature. Otherwise, I'd now be cut in half, so it's like a sandwich, but also incinerated to nothing.
So
But
as soon
hey,
as my treatment is over, I'm just gonna put all my gear back on quick as I can and make my way back to the living room or the den.
Okay.
So what's Jack doing? He has the safe and no one's watching him.
Yep.
Oh, I'm watching
Yes.
him.
Okay,
I'm
so
in
you
the
have it
room
on
with
him.
him.
All right, fine. If he's if he's watching, then I'll include him in my escapades.
Don't know what you think. I'm gonna stop you.
No,
Depends what you do.
he's gonna look at it and just kind of try to figure out what would be the easiest way to get in this thing now that he has it.
Well, the easiest thing for one of us to actually have been a rogue, but that would have been smart. So
Roll me
instead,
a quick intelligence for it.
can we both do that?
Sure.
Yay, intelligence. I'm good at that. 'Cause I remember who I am.
3 thoughts come to mind for easiest. A, having the key. B, being able to use magic to open it. And C, ask. The best you can figure with this lock is to have the key for it.
Well, well, we don't have a key, and I don't think we can bash it open. So maybe we take it to the proprietor of the scroll, the unfurled scroll. Maybe he'll know how to get it open.
Are we done? Oh, are me and Deacon done with our healing at this point, or are they still in the middle of it?
Scrub, but you
Well,
could probably step out
was that roll for the all of the heals, or just for like the pain and like initial cleaning?
You mostly got a lot of the dead skin, and you
Gross.
didn't really have to worry about being carterized.
Well, that was good. That probably saved your life, honestly.
Yes.
Oof. I should have been there. I am sorry.
Don't be. Fact of matter. But I guess fact of matter is, on our end, we should. I guess speaking for myself, obviously, I should have been more prepared. But knowing your connection with Stan Ray, if you were needed elsewhere, might be hard to argue that.
Incidents like this are just an occupational hazard.
Agreed.
All right.
I'm gonna
out of game though. I did fix up my schedule for work, so that will not happen again.
Huzzah! Raphael
Yes.
speaks to his god, and his god moves some things around.
Exactly.
priorities.
I would like-
priorities.
I would like to
Yes,
put
we
in
can
a
get you
formal
Fridays off.
request.
Don't worry.
Can we move the Sabbath to Friday?
It is on Friday.
This holy day has been working out.
For Saren
today.
Ray, it isn't.
Huh?
Who knows what it is for Saren Ray?
Oh, fair enough. Saren Ray definitely does not follow a lunar calendar like myself.
Mm-hmm.
So the Sabbath would be Friday day. Anyway, yes, let us continue. No.
No, let's explore this thought a little bit.
Come on.
I'm sure
Claire,
whoever's
Claire.
viewing would be very interested to learn the intricacies of calendars.
Well, so first we have to figure out Pathfinder's crazy day of the week naming convention, because.
Well, now are they like D&D where they have a 10-day week? What does Pathfinder do?
I don't know. All I know is they like name the days after the various gods, which makes a certain amount of sense. We do that too, but I don't know. Just feeling the need to rename.
I want you to know that I looked into reading about Ustalav, and I'm learning about it as we go along, so forgive me if I make mistakes, but I saw, like, the week system, I went, bro, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, we ain't doing this shit.
Yeah.
That's way too much work.
Wednesday is already enough of a weird word. We're fine.
Oh, you went,
Except
you
they
actually
actually
looked at the days of
pronounced
the
it.
names.
Except
Fine,
in Ustalav, they'll actually pronounce it Wednesday.
Yes, that's
Wednesday.
canon now, okay? This is a homebrew campaign. Everything is just like Ustalav, except my mistakes, except Wednesday is pronounced Wednesday.
I mean, that's how. Well,
Now, Thursday is Thor's Day.
Sold. Anywho,
Happy
I'm starting my
Thursday,
process
everyone.
of hacking
Somewhat
my
done.
way into.
okay, no, that's not gonna work. Well, you know what? I'll give you a vision of madness just to see. Is this gonna
Wait,
be a
what is-
skill check or an attack roll? You think?
What is he trying?
I think he said he's hacking into it.
Not
Oh,
yet.
no.
I'm getting ready to. I'm detecting magic to see if there's anything
Oh,
in it
There are
seeping from
magic
it.
things inside it. It does.
Oh, yeah,
it
we
itself
want in.
does not-
Okay. So I definitely want in. All right, that means that I can't break it open. So I'm gonna look for something like a like that, yeah.
So when you're trying to hack a lock in a game that isn't like a cyberpunk game, it's a little bit different.
I know. That's it. I'm gonna keep
God, that would
manipulating the
take
safe into different ways while
forever.
Rigel starts trying to
Yeah.
melt his way in. Safe into
You guys doing this?
backyard.
Outside. Yeah.
Is it safe to say that Grigori comes in to tell them outside?
I mean, that was
No, we
me,
were
but
outside. We were definitely outside because I
there's
didn't
no way
want
we're
the
gonna do
others
that
to know.
inside. As soon as he starts hacking at it, I'm taking him outside.
Exactly. It was like he heard tink 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 and saw me bust out a glass cutter and a mallet and said nope.
So, Deacon,
That's gonna be a note
Grigori,
for
and
me, dog.
Raphael, you hear 3 people lugging a large safe with a bit of a chortle of what they're about to do. Any
oh no.
Well, I'm gonna go back upstairs and go like, sorry to interrupt, but
Raphael is so frazzled right now.
Jack has decided to get into the safe. He
Of
says
course
there's
Jack
magic
has
things in the
decided to get
safe, so that sounds like a good thing. I've convinced him to do it outside, so nothing's gonna get harmed inside. But if any of you want to be
Oh,
present,
absolutely! I want to see this. I throw my cloak on.
If I'm
Okay,
done, if
we're in the
I'm
back.
done with my procedures, then like, yeah, I'll keep an eye on everyone.
What about you, Grigori?
Dun.
I'm going to go get something to drink.
You see this little parade go by and just think, oh yeah, you remember where the wine was.
Yes, I remember where the wine is.
After a few moments of beginning to melt through, you manage to get the safe to start to change colors, and Kendra comes out with a pot of popped corn as she just watching you all.
I'll have some of that popcorn.
Very good. It's a
Like,
bit too buttery and a bit too salty, but it's almost impossible.
how do you do that with popcorn? How do you make that too? Well, actually, no. I can
lots of
see how-
butter, a lot of butter.
I mean,
Yeah, I can see
you can
that.
overdo it.
All right, who else has 0 level spells?
I mean, we have 0 level spells. Are you asking if any of them
Hello.
are useful?
I am
That's
Rafa.
different.
I want to know if anybody has anything related to heat or cold.
Actually,
You know what?
check for a moment.
No, I got this. I cast light. Wait,
Well,
that's not.
now you
super
have
cold.
some light for what.
Yeah. Wait,
Right.
hold on. okay. I read
I
magic.
can
Oh no,
can
that's
give
not
him-
it.
I can give him a little guiding boop. Serenre guide you boop.
You get
If we really want to be
loving
fun, what's
inspiration from Sarenrae. This desire to realize this is a bad idea, only to use it to.
Actually, his thought: Sarenrae thinks it's a bad idea, and she's a good god. So that means it's really a good idea. So now all I have to do is
How do you? What?
All
By
right.
the way, I'm gonna go ahead
Jack
and
got
stand 20
boosted by
feet away.
visions of madness, so he knows.
So I'm standing 30 feet away from Cyphus.
Oh, so you're 50 feet away.
Yeah.
And I'm 20 feet away. So we have a measure to see just how far the
right.
explosion.
We'll have a range of explosions. Should
Yeah.
This is a pretty big backyard. Like, good for them, you know. Like,
right?
Well, if you look at it, it's just like a freaking field.
we should get a dog.
There's
What
no
about the cat?
fence.
You
Right.
hear a loud.
And a
Right? Sika's like, no, dogs.
Boots is currently standing on Sika.
All right, so with the acid kind of warping the colors, I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. I'm gonna tink at it with the hammer and chisel. See if it makes any difference. What would you say that?
question.
I would have just.
I'm trying to either weaken the welds or the hinge. One of the two.
Disable device or craft?
All right, craft what? Just craft. Period.
Metal working.
All right.
I'm gonna give you a vision of madness.
Again, that sensation of an ethereal being from beyond time and space, looking over your shoulder, assisting.
13 is not great. It's not
Right.
terrible.
13's not
So-
horrible.
Well,
After about
you also
13
have the guidance. So
Also,
Right.
that's
So
14.
14.
So after about 10 minutes of working into this, you have a small hole that you could fit your hand through. Though it's currently coated in acid, so...
That's okay.
You-
I'm actually fine with that.
I mean, why could you-
No. I'm gonna
Well,
grab
let's
his
just-
arm if he tries.
yeah,
I'm
let-
like, nope.
Let's take a look in. Is that hole big enough to get whatever's in out?
I'm actually
No.
going to use.
So
I'm going
the
to look
answer's
inside.
no. All right,
and
then we're gonna have to open it
if
further.
there's anything in there that is flammable or corrosive or can be corroded easily.
What Cyphus could do is he could cast light on something inside, and that way we would at least be able to look at what's in there.
Well,
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll
I
step
have
forward
dark vision.
and
I
do
can
that.
already see what's in there. I just need
Yeah,
to know.
Yeah, but we can't.
But it's a small hole anyway, so no. Of course
Yeah,
you
but
guys
we don't
can't.
trust your judgment very well.
You don't need
Well-
to trust my judgment yet.
I understand that as a player, but as a character, we're gonna want to see for ourselves.
I have dark vision too. I will take a peek. What's in there?
All right, so as Jack will manipulate a little bit more, and then he will tilt it just so that way there's nothing in the direction of the hole, and he's gonna detect magic and see what shines in the hole.
Okay. Casting light in there, you can see that it has a good deal of legal documents within it.
Ooh, don't wanna mess
You can
with
see a small leather pouch, which you might be able to open and slowly remove whatever's inside it to get it through the hole, but it's a bit too large as is. And you see a small, like, spice rack, which has about 9 potions, though the bottles are a bit too large for you to get them through.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the back of the door and see if it has a redundant or any way to open the locking mechanism.
Well, they don't expect many pixies to get trapped in here, so no.
All right.
Bad design.
Right.
This isn't like those old refrigerators that kids were getting.
Bad design.
All right. So with that in mind,
You'd think in a country that's all about graveyards that they would understand the need to,
I mean, if they die in the refrigerator, all you gotta do is just bury the refrigerator and you're done.
Yeah, but a lot of times you have like bells and stuff hooked up to your graves, so that if you accidentally bury someone who isn't dead, they can get out, or they can ring the bell.
So
kinda wanna
anyone
be
feel
buried
free
in a
to
fridge
use this
now.
for a campaign. Just imagine a party passing through a graveyard, and then they see all the bells, and then as they make their way out, they hear a symphony of the bells go.
Oh no.
Anyway,
I hope. Yeah, I hope those are living people.
that's a little history lesson for you.
all right. So
Creepy. No.
what will the acid stops melting after what 3 seconds or roughly 3
Yes.
seconds. So once it stops actually eating away at stuff, I'm gonna pull out the documents first just to see, and then I'm gonna see about spreading that hole open wider just to give everybody something to look at. So I'll pull out the documents.
Yeah, you
Yes, let's make a soundbite out of that, folks.
will. Are you on real cams?
Yes, documents. See.
So yes, you do manage to pull the documents out. You're a little concerned that the acid would probably eat through that leather sack and the glass.
Yeah. All right. So with that in mind, I'm now going to. I'm going to put a chisel at one of the softened edges and see if I can't widen the hole the good old-fashioned way, hammer and chisel style.
All right, give me a strength check for widening your hole.
Vision
Alright.
of madness.
Phrasing. Also, Saren Ray guide you.
So again, a heavenly being placing a hand upon your shoulder, providing strength, and the other is a cold, icy chill from beyond your known universe.
I love the dichotomy.
And you know what the best part is that for Jack, he's sitting there and it's like he's embracing the two things, and he's sitting there going, "Why do you keep touching me?"
Imagine if you will getting tranquilizer in one arm.
Yeah.
Well, I like to imagine it that I touch you, and then suddenly you can see like these dark tendrils that are pointing out weak spots in the metal, or like that are swirling on top of the safe.
So
I'm not sure like if they're hallucinations or what, but they seem to be pointing at weak spots that you can hit.
So imagine in one hand getting tranked, and then on your other hand, cocaine.
Fucking mushrooms.
Alternatively, picture yourself as a fish stick, where you're holy on the outside, unholy on the inside.
Right, basically.
Or any hot pocket ever. Or
Alright, so with that in mind, I'm able to I do work to that, and skillfully, I might add.
Yeah, that's a 23.
it's a chip into it, and then another, and another, and then it begins to peel open like a can. Now the hole.
Now Jack's like, now he slowly rubs his hands as he widens the hole open, pulls everything out one at a time. Detect magic, puts magical things on one side, non-magical on the other.
So,
I was going to
there's
suggest
the leather sack, which has 500 gold pieces in it.
Oh, nice.
So I would like to remind everyone that I have no money.
Oh,
Wait,
because
hold
I
on.
spent it all.
This is great because
sounds
Jack
like a
is
personal
like,
problem.
right? That would be Jack's line, exactly. He's like, he opens up the bag, he goes, "Nice find."
This is not Cyphus. This is D8. This is me.
I think
I
those
did
funds.
Literally.
Don't worry, D8. D12's got you. But
Okay.
but Jack may make it hard.
Kendra
have
takes
4
the
silver.
potions and brings them to you, Deacon. Shall we go over?
Yes,
Yes,
shall.
please. As he hops up with the rest of the stuff.
I want the documents. Give me the documents.
smudge.
Well, he hands half the documents to. He hands half the documents to Cyphus. He hands the other half of the documents to Deacon. And he goes, "You holy people, be gone with your papers. Take that one with you." As he points at. Oh, damn it, Raphael. I think no.
Who's who?
What
Who do you think is who?
Jack checking his hand.
Right? No, he's literally like, "No, that one. Grigori, the tall freak. That's the one.
Oh, freak.
You and your holy tattoos. Who gets holy tattoos? Honestly."
You'd be surprised.
The
as
writing
I
on
hide
Cyphus and
my-
Rigel are a bit smudged, so you can't tell which one.
Jeez.
And then he runs over with the others, which would be Raphael, Rigel.
Hello.
Yeah, Raphael, Rigel, and our hostess back inside to discover the contents of liquid.
So
Deacon
roll me an
has the
appraise check.
liquids.
I don't appraise squad.
that was
Like I
for
just
Deacon.
don't
Yeah, that's
value.
Deacon's job. Deacon
Oh, okay,
appraises
good.
stuff. I just read paper.
I just read paper. I drink and I know things.
Let's start with a big old knowledge arcane to see exactly what these are.
Yeah. Big old.
These are in fact magical potions.
What does 15 tell me what type of
I
magic
enjoyed
they
the
do?
heck out of that churro.
They appear to be on the healings, though not all of them are healing potions.
Yeah, it's probably some less restoration.
We've got blessings in a bottle here. Let's appraise.
You're my blessing in a bottle,
So,
baby.
working with Kendra alongside, she's dipping a finger in some of them, testing it, smelling it. The two of you come to the conclusion that these are 4 potions of cure moderate wounds, 3 potions of lesser restoration, and 2 potions of remove
Remove what? Curse?
disease.
Oh,
Disease.
yeah.
First cost
Couldn't
extra.
get that lucky. Yeah.
Nice. Alright. I think those should be divided up even.
So what about these papers?
These appear to be basic timesheets, fairly boring stuff, and most of it's faded away to
stuff.
So there's nothing of interest?
nothing really.
Holy God. D100, we can hear that, my man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We can still hear that.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to make food. I haven't eaten yet.
You fool! We gave you 12 hours.
Yes.
Each dice has a set of numbers equal to their amount. The hundo gets all weak. Poor D3 had to be right ready.
It's not my fault. I had like a thing set up, and then somebody in the house ate my stuff. So now I have to make other stuff. It's not my fault.
Did I do that?
So, shut up. Shut up, Urkel. Get out of here.
Get out of here, Urkel. You start chasing him with a broom.
Shoot!
Like the
Spirit
green
gone!
deaf guy from Family Guy.
You never wanna catch me. So they're just time cards and timesheets and stuff?
Essentially.
That's super disappointing. Because I don't know if I can actually, I don't know if there's any useful information in these. And
Well, might be able to find out when exactly the fire happened or who was there that day.
I don't think that really matters.
Not necessarily. The guards may have died, but their families or anything else like that, if anyone want to talk to us.
Find out what spirits are there.
Well,
Most
I don't
likely.
know. That just means I'm gonna give it over to Deacon. He can be the man of the show.
No, there's plenty of things you can do.
No, it's fine.
Well, regardless, we should get more prepared. So, what were the potions again? One was blessings in a bottle, and what else? Was that it?
They were not blessings in a bottle. 4 of them were cure moderate wounds, 3 potions of lesser restoration, and 2 potions of removed
Disease.
Nice. Shout out to the stuff.
Alright, so I strategically, after we find out what all the potions are, hand everyone 80 gold, and then pocket the
Thank
rest.
you. Wait a minute.
That's 80 more than I had before, so... I would like one of the cure moderate wounds.
Oh, somebody make sure all the potions and loot gets put in the loot tab, so we don't forget what we have.
If last week's session with the haunt siphons was any indicator, I wouldn't give him any.
I just want one. God, why are you so mean to me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
By the way, I take them back from.
It was 1 haunt!
Yeah, well, it's dead now. Okay.
More dead than it was before.
It just took... Right. It just took additional effort and time.
So what caster level is the cure?
They would basically be at the first chance they can get it, so let me check.
We could assume cleric, so let me just pull that up real quick.
You know what's really good for this? Spell Tracker, an app that, for some reason, endorses.
Not for some reason.
Endorses
We're the
itself?
best Pathfinder channel on YouTube.
It's true.
They are level 2, so
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
level
there,
3
bud.
because that's
Yeah, level 3 would be the first time you could get it.
So caster level 3rd?
yep,
Yeah.
2d8 plus 3.
So I'm gonna take one of those. Because I used mine in the...
So if Rigel and Deacon, I assume you're looking at those potions and clutching your chests.
Well, it's definitely a good idea to take one, just because I think we're both on the front lines.
Yeah, I'll grab one if no one else is going to take one. Let's see.
Well, I did suggest to have them split evenly amongst the group.
Boots is
Of
trying
course.
to take one.
What the?
We should probably leave one of the
This is
two
Jack.
here in the
This
house.
is Jack. He sees Boots trying to take one, thinks about it, grabs one of the low-level ones, and puts it in his in his water bowl after cleaning it out. There you go, Boots.
Are you gonna replace
Let's get that tail.
your light for your moderate?
Yeah.
So this is not a rule that I'm establishing, but Boots now has more hit points than he's ever had to deal with. As you watch, miraculously, his tail definitely is healing up quite quickly, and you can actually see a bit of stubble and fur starting to form.
Yeah, he's mutating horribly.
Yep. Jack is super happy about the scenario.
He's gonna be he's gonna be the size of a bobcat soon.
Yes, and he'll be my next familiar.
No, he'll be Kendra's familiar.
True.
He's going after him.
Gotta help
He's going
us
after the guy. Yeah, he's going after the guy who cut off his tail. It's like, well, I'm bigger now, I'm fucked up, so I know what I'm gonna do. Boom!
Revenge
Goes
will
out
be
and fights the guy.
Rampage!
right.
So, I don't think there's really anything else we want to do in town other than sleep.
Sleep, heal up,
And then go back.
shop.
Well,
People
what-
might want
yeah.
to shop and get better, appropriate gear for the situation.
Yeah.
What can we get? What did you find there?
I gave
What-
everybody 80 gold, by the way, just so make sure you add that to your character sheets.
Alright. Let's see.
If you didn't hear when I said it the first time.
I heard. Do you have a bow, Jack?
Yes, I do.
Oh, then I
Yeah.
don't. So there's nothing we need.
I have one bow with a bunch of arrows.
Yeah.
And some special arrows, thanks to fines.
I'm glad you have that bow, Jack. What about your horse? Ha, wah, 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 wah.
I was
No
waiting for
horse is
someone to make
needed.
that reference. Good job.
No, I
Alright,
won't make
well,
a centaur
it's all the
bard
ball
who's a
power here.
comedian.
I don't really see anything we need to buy.
I guess some more supplies would be good. Just my. Just my.
Rope, holy
wellness.
water, or actually, can we even afford? I got
I'm
enough
not
rope
sure
for
if
me
we
and
can
one
afford
other.
holy water.
Well, holy water is like 20 gold. And
Can we make it?
we got. Yeah,
No, we're
it's
too
20
low.
gold.
Well, wouldn't it be 10 to make it if it was 20?
You'd
Buy
think
it.
so, wouldn't you?
Oh, that's right. It's that broken mechanic.
Well, we need like the crafting skill if we're gonna make it. So, I think
Yeah.
that any like supplies we need are really just the question we have to answer is how are we gonna like get down into this hole, because we know that there is some kind of rig equipment that's used to be there that isn't
broke.
there anymore. Yeah, it's broken.
Well, depending on how deep the hole is, I may or may not have a problem with it.
It's only 20 feet deep.
Who?
20.
Oh, that's not a problem.
Yeah, we got
I
plenty
got-
of rope.
Yeah, we got rope, grappling hooks.
You and your fucking rope.
Name one thing I'm gonna need this stupid rope for.
The only thing I
Everyone
think
grabs
that we
rope
might
and it
need are,
always
like,
works like a charm.
like pittance or something to pound into the
I
ground.
have. I don't have any pittance. I have a grappling hook.
We got plenty of stuff. We
I
really
believe they're
don't need
pronounced
any more.
Python.
Pythons.
I don't care.
Well, I care. And if you respect
the
me as a
point of
friend.
this- That's true. I do respect you. The point is we have everything we need. There's nothing more that we can really get that isn't just a waste of money.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you enjoy it, it's not a waste of money.
Yeah, it is.
That is very true.
You guys
I
have
would like to
resources
get-
for those who need them.
I would like to get holy water and maybe a net.
That wouldn't
net?
be bad.
Why a net?
Nets always come in handy. Can ensnare something.
And
I-
I'm gonna look for a 10-foot pole because I
You
don't
know, my
have one.
father. I saw my father once take a net, dip it in oil, and then once he threw it on a knoll, he set it ablaze. And I've always kind of wanted to try that.
Brilliant.
He called it a Dawnflower Snare. I'm pretty sure it wasn't actually a thing, he just liked to call it that.
Raphael's dad is hardcore.
My father is fucking hardcore, you don't even know, homie. Grow up in the desert. Grow up in the desert fighting gnolls your entire life, and then tell me that everything is going to...
For realsies, the nets are exotic weapons.
Are they?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
That's why your dad was a boss.
He is a boss. He is a Kalesh. They are not to be taken lightly.
Definitely not. So, I guess just a heads up, I'm taking one potion of moderate healing and a potion of cure light wounds as well as another sun rod just to my person.
Okay.
Whoever needs it. Just putting that out there. Heads up.
Of the stuff that's in the group loot, I am not bringing... What is... Hold on, let me see what's in there again, because I'm going to see if there's anything I need to bring with us. I don't plan on bringing. Alright.
We have holy water. Why are we bothering thinking about getting new ones? Let's just go.
Well, I mean, it can go bad on you.
Alright, did somebody use the Scroll of Undead?
No.
Okay, good. In that case, I'll be taking only the restorations and the Undead Bane arrows and the holy flasks that we have.
Why don't you take all the arrows? I don't understand.
Fine, I'll take all the arrows.
You're the only one who uses a bow.
Making a second round of popcorn, Kendra sits down in the study with the rest of you. So, what were you all doing today?
Oh, that
I guess
was
prep
creepy.
work more than anything else.
I'm gonna say I need to use the restroom, and I'm gonna leave the room, and I'm gonna go upstairs to Kendra's room.
Wait, what?
You fiend!
While you guys are all talking to her.
Okay, you begin making your way into Kendra.
You're making your way downtown.
And I'm making my way in the world today, and it does in fact take everything I've got.
You ain't got much.
And I want to search it.
Okay.
You don't.
I don't trust her.
Do you trust anyone, really?
Yeah, I trust Grigori.
What's Grigori doing at this moment?
Drinking.
That's what he was doing last time.
Do see Cyphus sneaking off.
No, I gave a legitimate excuse that I need to use the little wizard's room.
So someone's cooking.
It is.
Yeah, that's Kendra. She doesn't know how to fry popcorn. She's really bad at it.
Alright then. You believe.
And that's...
So, do I need to do any kind of roll?
I'm just asking if Grigori chooses to believe you.
He chooses to believe him.
You're good for now.
I meant for the search.
So you make your way through. You see that she has a few, what can only be described as sketches people have made that are of her and her father. She has a few porcelain cats, little tiny things. It's fairly normal. She has a few spell, or not exactly a spell book, but a book on magic or two.
Mm-hmm. I want to first detect magic.
Well, nothing magic here.
Alright, then I want to look at those spell books.
These are more magic theory than sets of spells.
Okay.
Like, they're very fundamentals of magic. Drawing energy from the world around you, channeling it by internalizing what your thoughts are, and casting it with your hands.
Okay, but none of it's suspicious in any way.
No, it's basic cantrips and such.
Okay. What about like under the bed or hidden in a wall panel or anything like that?
Looking beneath her bed, you find a set of clothes for whenever the seasons change.
My God.
And dust bunnies.
No! My
Dire
mortal.
dust bunnies.
Why is it always me and dust bunnies? It's just getting weird. Okay. Anyway, there's absolutely nothing. Can I do a perception check?
You absolutely can. I can't promise.
Yeah. Well, I don't have very good perception, so I'm gonna give myself my last vision of madness and get a natural 20 for a total of 22.
You used your vision.
Yeah.
So, you call out to the great beyond, beyond all mortal understanding, and it responds with a vision of madness. As your eyes scan, you see a tuft of paper tucked so very deeply into the floorboard that only a tiny triangle of it is showing up. As you reach and pull it out, you can see a very, very old piece of paper that is a drawing of you and her at what might have been about 15 or 16 with a big heart.
Oh, creepy. Gross. I guess I'll put it back.
You push it back in.
Come on, that's not creepy. That's cute.
Cypher's not really into that.
Sliphus is more into
Books.
eldritch entities from beyond time and space.
No, he hates
I get
those.
that.
Well, they love him.
We all know
He's totally
Cypress is
not
a
into that.
bibliophile.
Yeah.
Ha.
Flux books.
New kind of book.
Oh, you're one of them book fuckers.
We don't take kindly to your kind around here.
What self-respecting human being?
What with your grasp of the Dewey Decimal System?
So there's nothing suspicious. Okay, well then I'll just leave everything as I found it and go to the bathroom and come back.
Boots.
And then I will say as I come in, if anyone looks at me suspiciously, I'll be like,
Hello?
okay, so, the, chowder, while delicious, was, a little hard on me.
Boots eyes you the entire time.
I fucking killed Boots.
Certainly try.
I just grab him and
so
start
I'm-
stabbing.
How you know
I'm
you're
breaking up
confident?
really really bad. I can't hear any guess. Is the mission?
Get it out of the kitchen.
You know what? Don't tell me how to live my life.
Okay, well, don't ask for my help.
But now that I'm outside of the kitchen,
Right? It's like it works better.
I will, but not because you told me to.
Raphael has a place, and it's not in the kitchen.
well, I mean, not so far as everyone else has had to say.
Anyway, yeah, so that was my little side adventure.
Side
quest.
Yeah, my preparations of preparations, I look up and was like, okay, I think I got everything. Sees Rigel come. Sorry, no. Sees the
Not even you know who I am! Why?
Okay.
Why?
I can't wait to reveal that you two are twin brothers or something.
No, we're not!
Okay, now let's look at the tongue there. But yeah, official preparations. I look up and also I was like, oh yeah, the chow was a little hard on me, and I just slightly suspicious, but like, yeah, sorry, but
Why is everyone
Yeah.
suspicious of me?
You two are going to run into a mirror of opposition, and your reflections are just going to attack each other.
Right.
That's fine by me.
yeah,
You get him.
Just throwing this out there, I am not suspicious of Cyphus at all. I think he can just live his best life.
Thank you. Makes me feel so
Live,
good.
laugh, consume.
Sorry.
Jack would be suspicious, but he actually doesn't care enough. It's like, you left, you came back, you're back. Hooray!
So what did you tell Kendra about our adventure?
Yes, I am curious as to what happened. I'm sure Raphael was a bit curious too. We were spending the day.
Oh, I'm sure whatever Raphael was doing,
Raphael.
it was.
Honestly, I spent most of my day sleeping.
I was gonna make a
So
good joke,
I
but you
was,
guys.
I was going to explain that we continued our investigation. We actually briefly visited Harrowstone Prison, and we spent most of our day in a room going through documents. And I will really emphasize the most boring parts of what we were doing. I'm going to really talk about that 5 hours. And then...
Oh my god, and
finally
I'm like
Jack
nodding,
totally,
like, yeah.
like, when he starts, Jack is like, you know, I have a feeling. And he's gonna look at Kendra. Where's the store?
I believe most of the stores are going to be closed by now, isn't it?
Okay.
And then he walks up.
Hundo, you mute yourself. You're gonna be scraping on the bottom of that.
God damn it! I thought I was muted.
You weren't.
I keep changing back and forth, and I forget.
Sorry about that, folks.
Christ.
You will be punished.
Oh yes, you will.
That was
Punish me,
beautiful.
Daddy.
I will.
But
And
yeah,
would
Jack
you
leaves
believe
and heads to
that
the store.
That leaf was actually under a fallen over table. I mean, if it would have been funny, I would have laughed. But it wasn't, so I didn't.
Oh, I thought it was.
So you all found some documents? What did you learn?
Well, we did some looking into some of the more notorious residents of Harrowstone, such as...
Jack the Ripper.
no,
Professor
we know
Splitterman.
exactly where Jack the Ripper is. Such as
Splitterman.
the Mosswater Marauder.
And the lobber.
Apparently, he went quite mad, quite fabulously mad, after he killed his wife for infidelity, and he seemed to believe that he could bring her back to life if he reassembled her skull, but he could never find the last piece, so he, well, did the only logical thing. He went looking for it in other people's heads.
Yes.
Not.
Logical.
You recall, as you think about him, the information you found on yourselves there as well, with your names, how you were all dragged to Harrowstone.
And that was the only thing we found.
Upon hearing that, I actually take out my paper, and I don't know if anyone's next to me when I do that, but I look over the file, quote unquote, again, and I almost look at the writings there too, and also when I reach the part where it's like my quote unquote mugshot with the red line on it, I kind of
Right
unconsciously, yep, I rub my hand along it, just thinking I'm gonna do some preparations on this.
We also briefly looked at the prison's central heating system. Still works.
Yes, to great effect.
What's that building?
Which building?
Let me check real quick the map. That means talk amongst yourselves. I'm going.
He's on the hunt. Yeah. Currently, Jack is trying to shop in the middle of whatever time of day it is, or night it is.
Jack just runs off. Great.
He's like, he didn't want to hear the recap, so he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go visit something.
That
But
is-
everything's closed.
That is a Ravengrove forge. You can see that the doors have been shut, but through the windows, you can see a anvil, a small forge, a few weapons lining the wall.
I'm gonna go check the door.
The door knob isn't locked, but there does appear to be a large piece of wood on the other side that's keeping it from opening.
I'm gonna not knock on it. I'm gonna walk around the building.
Okay,
Yeah.
make your way around. You see a stone.
It's a stone wall all the way around.
Yes, as most buildings are known to.
Not like 3/4 of the
It's
way with
called
the open area.
a house.
Right?
Yeah, no, there appears to be walls on most of the sides outside of the one that has a door. That is.
My God.
He looks puzzled at it.
This, kids, is why you put ranks in knowledge architecture.
He looks very puzzled at it and wonders, how do they not burn the place down while forging stuff if this is it? He's now going to start wandering around looking for a bowyer.
For a
He'll be
what?
taking this path.
Sorry, what? What were you looking for?
A
What's
bowyer.
Fletcher?
Or Fletcher.
You do see a general store that most likely has what you're looking for, but they are unfortunately closed. You do see in the window a rather ornate and lovely piece of full plate.
Piece of what?
Full
Full plate.
Full plate.
Mhm.
Which building?
1 moment.
Here you go stealing again.
It would be this one.
Alright.
As you make
Jack's
your way
gonna
along,
spend an
Jack,
hour. You're right. Okay, go ahead.
you hear low humming. Someone playing on a pipe. And you recall back to the stories you heard about the Piper of Hillmarsh.
Ooh.
Roll me a perception check.
Alright, hold on.
You have keen ears and fine eyes, but you cannot tell where it is coming from.
Damn.
You look to Sika, and she is looking to you confused, not hearing any of this.
It's not echoing off of anything, I'm just hearing it from no direction or a direction.
It seems to almost be coming from everywhere.
I will repeat the whistle back.
It grows a bit louder.
Huh.
What were you
Pull out.
spending an hour doing?
I was gonna say, I pull out my warhammer and I'm kind of patrolling, looking around for that noise. Like I have an idea of I want to go in the general shop, but now I'm completely and utterly distracted. And instead of what I was going to do, it's basically I make my way back to the house, almost at double my original pace, looking for the noise, but heading in that direction.
As you make your way through the rain pouring on you, it seems to get louder. And each time it comes again faster. As though it's getting behind you, approaching you. And just as you're about to reach for the door, you hear the buzzing of sturges. As you turn back, and there's nothing there.
He's like, looks left, looks right, looks left again.
Roll me another
Opens the
perception
door.
check.
Wrong. No, I don't have any buffs or debuffs. Go away. Okay. Oh, I had a really good roll and then I screwed it up.
You see a crack of lightning go across, a shadow illuminated on the alleyway. Someone standing there and then falling.
You faded out perfectly, but unfortunately your fade out was too soon, so it cut off the word.
Standing there and then falling.
Zika, get it! Guys! As I yell off, as I kick the door open and yell.
Jack kicks the door open, rain pouring down on him.
What door?
How
Front
far
door.
away is he?
Yeah.
He's at the front door of Kendra's place.
Oh,
the
he
front
is?
door of Kendra's place?
Yeah.
Yes, where you guys
Jack,
are.
what's going on? Jack, what's going on?
Alright. I'll run to him and be like, what? Christ. Sunflower, mercy.
And then he would recap what has happened since he's left you guys, not mentioning the fact that the forge has no openings or that the general store has full plate armor.
You heard a piping, Jack. Like, what kind of piping?
Screw that! Oh! And he would ride off in the direction of the fallen body.
What?
You rush over
okay.
to where there was a body. You can see Sika sniffing around, but there's no footprints. There's no sign. There's a bit of blood, though. None of you see the blood, though. Jack, you see it. And as you look to them and then back to it, it's gone.
Okay, it's just one of these weird haunt things. I'm leaving.
It's like there's a depression where there should be a body, but no body. There's a blood stain, but only I see it, and then the blood stain disappears. I look back, I look forward, I go, alright, which one of you goody goodies is in my head messing with me? He starts pacing back and forth next to where the body should be.
After
look at me,
everything that you've already seen, you still think it's one of us messing with you? Just take a moment.
I figure if you guys aren't messing with me, then the truth is really weird.
Well, the truth generally is really weird.
Make a perception check just to see what's going on. Something's definitely. Oh, dang.
Yeah.
After everything's going on, yeah, I'm on full alert. Got a lantern in my hand and, go ahead.
Well, the guys are wandering around outside looking for whatever it is they're looking for. I'd like to do a knowledge religion check to see if there are any ways to conceal ourselves from the undead.
Certainly.
It's a spell.
This nice scroll that Jack has.
Yeah. I can cast that spell normally, too. As can, that other cleric.
The other cleric.
Yeah. Whoever he is, I don't remember.
Rafa.
Alright, so kind of,
Yeah, I
kind of an average thing. I'm kind of checking to see if spells like Hide from Undead will help us sneak past the haunts or give us a way to bypass them.
It depends on the haunt. Some are more powerful and thus have a bit more presence to them and are more difficult to sneak past. You've heard stories of salt circles working, but that's a little difficult to move.
So, DM, to clarify, are we treating the haunts like undead for the purpose of the spell?
Yes, as they're essentially a ghostly presence.
Okay,
And some
so,
haunts are just constantly going off like radiation.
yeah. So the more intelligent or more powerful haunts will have a chance to still see us. But the, like, super weak ones, that obviously aren't just an area of effect constantly going on, we have a chance that we'll probably just sneak right by those.
Potentially.
So how do I kill the Whistler demon thing? Looking at all the holy people. Hello.
I left. I went home.
The rest of them are still standing here.
I know. I just
I just kind of watched you guys walk off, then I went to go do research, so... Valedictorian's at the bottom of the bottle, I think.
I am very tired. I'm going back inside.
Why are you tired?
He had a long day of sleeping.
Yeah.
I was very frazzled when I woke up. I shouldn't have woken up. I want to go back to sleep. Also, it's one of those sleeps like when you're sitting up in the chair in your full clothing. That's not.
Well, Roger's right. Sorry. Well, I'm right next to right next to Jack there too, and well, the reception see anything or anything?
No, unfortunately, you don't. You don't see any depression of where a body was. You don't see any blood. You don't even hear the whistling that he meant.
Well, I'm not too sure what you saw, Jack, but considering everything we saw right there, I'm not any inclination to disbelieve. Did you notice anything weird other than the whistling and the body? The body, like, oh, I know they went out and about. Sorry?
Sturgis.
When he hears that, when I hear that, I start to sweat a little bit, and now I'm trying to rack my brain to think other than how he died, what was the pipe of Ilmarsh's method of attack? Like, did you hear Sturgis and piping before the victims were killed or anything like that?
Remembering, the Piper of Ilmarsh had trained Sturgis to respond to his music playing. They would attack when he commanded it, and they'd stop whenever he commanded it. He would lure people out, and then have his Sturgis descend upon his prey.
Alright. Should we make the perception check, or would be a sure thing I hear, like I would know the sound of Sturgis?
You don't hear any Sturgis.
So, right. Anyways, basically casting the light from my lantern, I picked up when I was chasing Jack and just go. Do I hear that?
No, Jack does.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear anything right now, Jack? Any whistling, Sturgis, or anything like that? It seems like it only affects you at the moment.
Well, that's because I'm the only sane one in the party.
Right. Let's just go with that then.
People with the live and let live philosophy, like nature doesn't live on the survival of the fittest. I will never understand normals. They don't make sense.
Well, we can talk about that more later. But considering we're not in imminent danger, or if we see anything right now, I suggest we head back.
Sounds good.
Alright. And I'll accompany Jack back, but yeah, at this point I'm on basically watch everything like a hawk mode. And considering the last thing I watched before this whole escapade was the last picture I saw was my own portrait with a line to it. Yeah, I'm watching nook and crannies like they're like anything can jump out any minute, because as far as I'm concerned, it can. Or someone can.
It occurs to you, Jack, that you never checked the paper that was on you and how you were brought to Harrowstone.
Yeah. Jack's like, the nature of the situation indicates that there's something for me somewhere, sir. Somewhere? I probably should read that. I should probably find someone to read it to me.
Well, I can read to you if you like. I mean, imagine with you. Well, considering the biases from these documents about how we entered Harrowstone, quote unquote, I think, despite what I may see, I think it's quite clear that someone has it out for us rather than any kind of proper jurisprudence, anything else like that.
Jack looks at you suspiciously. Fine.
It makes you feel better, Jack. You can look at my document as well. You're not going to find anything great, but if it makes you feel any better.
Will it tell me you're a great hunter?
If by that you mean I do my fair share of digging in as far as arcane research, then no. I tried a couple of times. Last time I really hunted anything great, I was quite literally chased up a tree by a bobcat. To my defense, I was 10 and I didn't really know how to hunt that well, but also my defense, that bobcat tore up my shins like they were scratching posts, to be fair.
I think I'm confused, but that's okay. Read my paper.
Alright. So I guess at this point we get back to Kendra's place, and then I just start reading the Jack's document.
So, it goes through a veritable grocery list of various crimes. Some of them you can recall committing, Jack, while others seemed like really good ideas you thought of committing. And it's kind of confusing because you didn't know that half of them were crimes. But then it gets to how you were apprehended, and it explains that this individual was not found alive. He was found at one of his crime scenes with multiple holes in his body drained dry. And there's a sketch that makes him look sickly, 50 pounds lighter, like a skeleton with skin simply wrapped around him in a look of horror.
I wonder if that's how Dad went out. Looks at the picture all looks at it very curiously. So, you're telling me I need to be careful about what? Looks at the paper document again. Looks at his last crime. Where was it?
Ravengro.
Guess I better not do solo. So,
Well, at the very... No.
Raphael, where are you hiding? As he looks at Rigel and goes, so, do you want to rob a bank?
No. I would think that you would try to... no. I think the townsfolk are pretty sore as still very everything else, and if the last woman we saw accuse us of wrongdoing is any indication, she's just one of many others who would like to join the jury, give their unadulterated verdict on our fate if we do any kind of more wrongdoing.
Good, because I didn't want to do either. I just wanted to see what your thoughts were on them. I'm gonna go to the living room. With that puzzled look on or leaving you with that puzzling thought.
Okay, so if no one else has anything to do, we should probably go to bed so we can head to Harrowstone next. Or head back to Harrowstone.
To the stone!
All of us.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, definitely sounds good.
I was also good think of making some modifications to my gear, particularly not to give anything away, but
any modifications. That's why I didn't do any at the stores.
no. Well, I mean before.
What are you going to modify?
See if I can get some protection from something. See if some protection, particularly to cover my own neck, if you get my meaning. But
So,
if we're gonna go again,
like, do you want an actual addition to your armor? Because the only way for you to, like, actually add on AC is for you to get heavier armor.
Or are you talking about the item, the neck guard?
well, something like that. But I guess we're
All
gonna have
that
to go on.
does, the neck guard, all it does is give you extra AC against vampire bites.
Could be useful in this realm of the world, but not what I was looking for. But well, if I have to upgrade my
It's
gear,
a fashion statement.
Yeah, well, it's a gorget. I mean,
well, can I help anything against, shall we say, decapitating blows? I take it, but
no, neck guards just give you a +1 bonus against vampire bites. Or similar attacks that specifically target the wearer's neck, actually, so I guess anything that's specifically targeting your neck.
Well, gorget sounds like heavy armor, so no,
Fine.
I'm gonna have to watch.
It stacks with any light or medium armor.
Oh.
Okay, so we could
Those
do
other
those,
things-
but that would be something that we would have to get done in town, so we'll need to progress to the next day to get there.
Notably, you guys
Alright.
are in no rush, so any modifications that you're looking into could be managed.
Alright. Well, whatever the party's good with. I just don't want, let's just say for these, files we got, I don't want how no I the Harrowstone, but how I particularly end up with this, if the picture's an indication, to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. But, well, we'll see. Right now I'm just looking through the file in this instance, and in a way sort of examining my own life versus it. There's clearly a bias made by the basically people who want to do us in as much as the people who wrote it, but same token, I want to see how accurate they are. And slightly puzzled that Cyphus's file is just essentially nothing more than a sheet of paper if it was dipped in ink.
So, Raphael, you do see that each of them have various papers that claim that they were brought to Harrowstone and suffered some ill fate. Outside of Cyphus, as his papers appear to be a jet black piece of parchment.
I would not have shown him mine.
That does not bode. Is there one for me?
There is one for you, Grigori.
That's Raphael.
My apologies. The accents. You
Hello.
can't become a man of God unless you get your accents the same. That's where Deacon failed.
God's abandoned him because of his voice.
I don't like listening to that. You're out.
God, I have to listen to this guy praying. He's got the stupidest voice.
I could see some gods being that petty.
But yes,
It is not outside the realm of possibility.
Raphael, it mentions you aligning with a holy man who turned out to be a con artist. That after a period of time, the con went south, and you all had to make a run for it. You were fortunately captured, brought to Harrowstone to be executed by the executioner. And there is an image of said executioner, tall, wide muscles, wielding a scythe. From what you can tell is the guard tower that was outside of Harrowstone, or along the outer walls.
I can't hear anything.
Sorry, I don't know where I lost you. You were essentially executed for aligning with a father charlatan, as the church put a good deal of money to have you executed. And there is a image of the moment sketched out that has you on the chopping block with the executioner wielding a scythe. From the surrounding area, you can
Edgelord.
tell. Don't
It's a
blame me,
bad
man.
weapon.
So impractical. But you can tell from the tower that this wasn't inside Harrowstone, but more the outer walls of Harrowstone.
Alright, do we want to take a break here?
As the rain continues to fall, you all find yourselves to an uneasy rest as we go on break, because I need more water.
I do need to. Well, actually, no. I got until 3 o'clock.
Also, if anyone wants to buy anything, make a list now while we go on break.
Alright.
Yeah, do your shopping now while on break.
Alright. I'll be right back. Grab me some drink myself.
Yeah, all I'm really looking for is just another short bow.
Why?
Longbow. If I get a short bow, then I'll have both bows covered. And my longbow will be a medium category character short bow, so that works.
Oh, okay.
So, thinking back to what my father did that one time to the knoll, I was wondering, soaking net in holy water. What do you think?
I think you still don't have proficiency with nets.
Well, no, I know that. I'm just saying, like, it could be used in conjunction with a trap or something.
Uh-huh.
Definitely.
I'm just... Once again, pointing out that you don't have proficiency with nets.
Yes, I'm aware of the proficiencies that I do and do not have.
It makes you feel better. I'm not proficient with anything.
No, it doesn't make me feel better.
Oh,
I would prefer all of us to be a little more competent.
I didn't even buy a weapon.
Your mind is your weapon.
What would be the point?
Anyway. No, I was just looking for someone to bounce ideas off of.
No, that would the question is would it take more than one flask?
Would it take two?
A flask is a pint of water. You think that'd be enough to soak the net?
Maybe.
I have no idea.
Trial. The scientific method. Trial and error.
Alright, well, we gotta buy a net in real life. We get a pint of water and see if we can soak the whole thing.
Well, so since we're on break, why don't we open it up to anyone in the chat who has any questions related to Pathfinder? We all have a lot of questions, like if you're working on a character that maybe you need some direction with, and have any questions, we can totally answer them. So,
Sure, let me open up the chat.
yeah, just any of the viewers, feel free to shoot us any questions while we're on break. We'll do our best to answer them.
Oh, did I? What is in the chat?
Where's my water? Always keep hydrated.
It is where you left it. It is exactly where you left it.
You think that?
Oh, I know.
Got some of that wandering water?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of a fun idea for a monster, like a giant water elemental that pretends to be a lake, and every once in a while it just gets up and moves.
It's like a mimic. I'm gonna go ahead and look at rogues. If there's any rogue that would be fun to do if I die.
You might
Well-
benefit from a level of rogue.
Yeah. I doubt it. But I'll look.
You are kind of sneaky, skulking
Not
about
really.
in women's rooms.
She's being super suspicious.
What made her suspicious now?
She's asking
The
questions.
popcorn? She's suddenly like not being able to. All the questions.
I don't know. I don't trust her. Never trust her.
I mean, like, think about it. Think about it from her perspective. She like all of a sudden her father dies, and then like this group of people fucking shows up.
yeah,
I'd be
I know.
asking them what there as well. It's like you guys are all staying at my. What are you doing?
I get you. I'm just saying that, like, if there's somebody here who's a necromancer, we have this character that keeps popping back up. I'm not convinced that she is not, in fact, the necromancer. Who better to have information and knowledge that they shouldn't have? So close to the professor.
You know, I think if you're going to go with a particular type of rogue, the Knife Master is really good.
I love the Knife Master.
That is definitely
I'm
one
a
of the,
big fan.
Yeah, definitely one of the better rogue archetypes.
I'm just seeing if there's anything that kind of thematically fits.
You know, I like the False Mage, the one that gets like really good use magic device stuff.
Yeah.
It's not that useful, but it's neat.
it's great for RP, but other than RP purposes, it's a mediocre archetype.
Oh, a problem with a lot of those archetypes, things like that, is that you need so much money.
Yeah.
And that's one of my big issues with a lot of it's one of my issues with like the gunslinger class or the half gunslinger classes is like, holy badoli, you need a lot of money to make that class work.
I mean, you only really need money for the initial investment of getting into the class for like gunslinger, but a lot of the other ones, yeah, I can see what you're talking.
Well, you could make the argument that as you level, you do need, more and more in terms of money just to keep your gear leveled.
Yeah, that's how the game is designed. The problem is that when DMs or modules forget about that, then the player suffers.
Money's just one of the hardest things to do in the game.
It really is. So my issue with it is that, like, if you're a level 1 gunslinger, you only have enough money for like 20 shots of your gun. And if you don't make a lot of money quickly, then you have 20 attacks you can make the entire campaign. Until you make money enough to start making more things.
Yeah, they did that with the same idea like with the wizards and their expensive spell components, so certain spells you're only going to be able to use once in a blue moon.
Well, certain
Yeah,
spells
I just
are
don't find that
so
fun.
overpowered, though. Like,
That's true.
just wish.
Which is why they gave them that other limitation, but I'm talking about the other aspect of it where they're like, there are some spells that are just like a generic, that's a good spell and should be used on a regular basis, but the cost is like, that's a spell you're never going to use.
Like Stone Skin. Man, that spell is great,
that's
but
a good
expensive.
example.
Sorry for the wait, I'm back.
Welcome back. I'm chilling out, letting myself build up a nice sweat from this ridiculous California sunshine.
There's
Alright,
sunshine
so-
out. It wasn't earlier.
So we have D Hundo, we have D3, we have D8, we have D12. Do we have a DM, and do we have a Grigori?
I've been here.
Okay.
He's just silently in the background, waiting,
Just like Grigori.
watching.
I don't have access to my character sheet right yet, so if we're going to go into combat, then we need to give me at least another minute.
Well, we spent about an hour and a half doing essentially nothing.
Yeah, that was great.
What was great?
We didn't
Us
do
doing
much.
nothing.
Yeah. We haven't accomplished much. We came home, we ate, and then I guess we went to sleep.
Brother,
Well, Jack went and did something.
Yeah.
Look, I've been looking at like the adventure path this game has planned for you. You're on day 3. You are ripping and tearing through this thing.
That's because we want to do things.
Also,
Everyone hates us. It's not like we can go places in town.
Also, you roleplayed. That's something.
Yeah, it's true.
Fair
You're not
enough.
wrong.
Fair enough.
The amount of times that the DM has been put off by everyone just role-playing. One character in the game I played in got kidnapped and was about to be married off. We didn't go to rescue him until 6 to 7 sessions later because we were dicking around.
Yeah, that was one of those go to the fucking house situations, wasn't it?
Oh, I love those!
I hated that. That made me so mad. When I had an adventure for Dark Heresy that I was running for these guys, and like it was the first for just the basic starting adventure in the core rulebook of the second edition of Dark Heresy. And it's not a very well built book in the first place because it's Fantasy Flight and they just don't make good books. And the adventure isn't that great to begin with either. But the whole adventure just is predicated on everyone going to this house to investigate. And I swear to God, none of you guys wanted to go to the house. And it was like, so going to just go to the fucking house is.
I went to the house.
You went to the house alone.
Because no one Yeah, it was one of those games.
And then you probably got thrown out of the house.
I was not there.
I was a tech
You were.
priest.
Let me know
Hundo
with this
had nothing
game.
to do with this.
Let me know with this game. They clearly had the idea that after a few days they'll sort out that it's the prison they need to go to. No, you guys want charge?
Well, I mean, why not? What's the point? Can't get any. I'm tired of being level 1. I can't get experience here.
Sukin is correct.
I'm annoyed that I only get 2 spells.
I think that's the only annoying thing for me at level 1 is that I have 2 spells. I'm like, son of a.
There's a deep amusement to you guys throwing yourselves into your absolute death out of annoyance.
Well,
Hey, I got out
we're
alive.
not
great?
doing anything else with our lives, so may as well move forward.
Hey, Cyphus,
That's me.
what do you think of Dark Lurker Rogue?
I was just looking at it.
Oh, yeah? Great minds think alike.
I don't remember what I thought of it though, so let me look real quick. Oh yeah, you're
It's just a little more thematic.
And first and foremost, you lose evasion.
Do you?
Yeah, you could take it as a rogue talent, but it's kind of like not getting evasion immediately.
Oh, you do lose evasion. Yeah. Oh, that's.
I mean, like I said, you can take it, but it's kind of just annoying.
Yeah. No. I'd say just like regular rogue, or maybe even unchained rogue.
Nah, yeah, I would just go with Knife Master if I was going to do a rogue. Combat
Well, but
rogues
the
are
Knife
best
Master,
rogues.
the Knife Master gets rid of the trap finding, and I would assume that your character take a level or 2. in
Oh
rogue.
no, this is if I die. I have a bunch of characters back up for when Cyphus dies.
Die.
Because
I thought you were for a dip for Cyphus.
no, I really wanted to multi-class with this character, but it's just not worth it.
Well, I mean, like a level in rogue, I think would help you.
Well, the problem is that with the Elder Mythos Cleric, everything like you're way slower on your advancement with your channel energy.
Uh-huh.
So you've reduced channel energy, which is like your only offensive ability.
Yeah.
So if you don't take an extreme amount of levels in it, you really don't
Well,
get
those
the
could be
bonus back class.
that could be supplemented with like a feat. You know, get like extra channel.
Because it's not extra. It's not amounts. It's the dice.
Oh shit.
All right, so
Yeah, you do 1d6
not to,
less.
Interrupt too much here, but to Blade Artist 100, you're saying that you could use Craft Alchemy to cast Stone Skin more often, and you have an Alchemy Druid. That's not a class I'm familiar with. Is that the actual name of the class? Is it like, or are you thinking of like the Wild Herbalist, which is the alchemy focused Druid focus?
I figure he's just talking about a druid with craft alchemy. Craft potion.
Okay.
He just makes it all the time, so he has a bunch of them.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess that would do it. Anyway,
If we're all
so,
here, let's get back to it.
Yeah, let's do it. Do it to it.
Yalla.
Also, Blade is a personal friend of mine, and the only reason he's not in the D6 Discord channel is because that's where I talk about all my dirty secret. Also, I hate to say it, but it feels like you guys wanted the Doom game and we're in Animal Crossing. That's just how the first chapter was.
Well, that's one way for us to take care of our debts.
I promise you'll get to rip and tear.
You know, I like combat.
Oh, you murder hobos.
I am. That's why I'm so impressed by me not murdering anyone.
I'm actually really happy with how we are doing so far. I mean, yeah, they got their face kicked in a little right there, but it seemed like it was the testing ground where it was like, hey, psh, all right,
Man, that's just how the dice roll sometimes, you know.
right? It was
That's
like,
how you
all
boys
right,
roll.
We're not going to get
Right,
any, we're
ready
not
to
going to
go.
get any better at dealing with stuff by hanging around town.
True enough.
Alright, let us go. Yalla.
Let's do.
The sooner we get to the bottom,
I'll make sure to get up first, so I'm the one making breakfast.
I think Jack would be on the early rise list as well.
I'm
But
gonna
most
get
of
up.
them-
I'm going to wake up Jack with a coffee. I'm gonna be like, hey, little buddy.
Ooh.
Oh, are we getting back into it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
You silly Willy.
God, you're always taking us off track. And
Listen, I am the conductor of this train, and I am on a boat.
Hey, look out your window, you snake. Why don't you get in there if you're gonna be a silly goose?
that's really
Bonk.
funny.
Jack,
Dedicated goose game. Or, Untitled goose game. Dedicated honk button.
Jack wakes up with this unusual sound of a groan. Just. Is the sun up yet?
Hey, little buddy. You want some eggs?
Yes.
I'm going to put eggs and orange juice right here next to you, okay? You get at it whenever you want.
I'll
Okay,
take a
don't
nap.
worry.
Actually, as you make your way down to the kitchen to prepare that, you do see Kendra. She's cooking.
Damn it!
I told you that
I tried
she's
to wake up
against
so
us.
early. I slept for most of the day.
I thought I'd make you all breakfast since you were so kind to me, Raphael. I made pancakes.
Did she make dinner? Did she make extra dinner plates?
Looking over her shoulder, those appear to be functional pancakes.
My God,
Oh,
what's wrong
look
with
at
them?
that. Yeah, right. It's like
She
there's
flips
gonna be,
them
like,
over and
salt
on the other-
instead of sugar.
No, you flip them over, and the other side there's like in the pancake's shape. There's this screaming, hideous face. Like,
Or like, you know how in Rick and Morty when they come back to that universe to get the ice cream and there's flies in it?
yeah.
Ice cream needs to be good for all species, no matter how many legs. She flips it over, there's a bunch of flies and shit.
And that's why they call her the Splatter Man.
Oh, she's Professor Splitterman.
Jeez. Guys.
Okay.
But
Well,
yes, she has a small plate of them placed out. They look like food, but you can step into the kitchen to produce Jack's breakfast for him.
I will tentatively try one of the pancakes before moving to breakfast.
Taking a bite out of it, you make your way through. Could use some syrup. It's a bit dry. That's about it.
I'm super surprised. All right, yeah, cool. I'll continue with what I was doing. We'll whip that up in a jiff, give it to him, and then be back down doing my thing, my morning rituals and preparation, yada yada.
Well, I'll pop into the kitchen, greet Kendra, and then try the pancakes. And as soon as I try the pancakes, I see like Raphael's pancake, partially, and just goes, you know. Well, I still like your cooking for what it's worth, Kendra. As I continue to eat.
Well,
A little bit of
everyone's
coffee,
down
a
in
little
the
bit.
kitchen, attempting to assist or do whatever they're doing. I'm gonna pull out my my file that I found on myself in prison. I'm just gonna peruse it to see if I can find how I meet my end in Harrowstone.
As you make your way through, you do see the sketch of yourself. Please look on it with a pair of hands resting on your shoulders. And you note that a few pages of it seem to be missing. That in the midst of combat, and then it ends.
Moves to combat what?
It go halfway through a sentence. It seems to end. Half of the page not finished, and you can't seem to find any more papers continuing on.
Well, death in battle is not the worst way to go.
So I'm gonna prepare purify food and drink instead of detect magic, which I'm going to use over these pancakes before I eat them.
Okay.
And I'm, but I'm gonna do it when she's not looking.
And I am
Alright.
also going to prepare. My 2 spell slots are going to be both positive pulse.
Alrighty. Just to clarify, Deacon, it doesn't say that you died in combat. The sentence basically starts with, in the midst of combat, and then the rest isn't written. It's half of the page.
Yeah, so I guess that's what Deacon's choosing to believe, that, if he dies in he's choosing to believe that, it could allude to death in combat. That's the meaning he's choosing to draw from it.
All getting prepped up on my end. I guess I also look at my file, see how I die.
Why do you want to know?
If I see you guys do this, I am going to ask, why are you putting so much weight in these stupid files? It's clearly just a haunt.
I wouldn't let anyone else see me do it.
Well, okay, but Rigel's been looking at them nonstop.
Yeah.
At the very most, Sisyphus, I can prepare for it. At the very least, I can come to peace with it.
But at this moment you realize, Rigel, he's wearing the same shirt as you are.
No, I'm not. I refuse. That is not canonical. I will leave this Discord call.
So you make your way back up and change shirts.
No, I only have like the one shirt.
So do you have Rigel?
Well, I have like 5 shirts, but I'm wearing them all.
Besides, Sisyphus, it gives us some... Although there's clearly a bias to how we die and how we're dragged to Harrowstone, quote-unquote, it could give us an insight on not only the haunts, but whether this is by the actual spirits themselves or the way of the... or by the hand of the Whispering Way. We can get a little insight to essentially how they think this is going to play out, so we can do one thing first and foremost, subvert them.
Listen, what I know about madness and these things tells me that this is all formed by our own thoughts being manifested by the haunt. I say they are meaningless. That they're just the haunt, trying to get into our heads. I say stop thinking about them. There's no point in it. Let's just go there and cleanse the place.
I agree wholeheartedly with Cyphus.
You seem to be rather hell-bent on just going to there and digging through. And by that same logic, wouldn't you want to understand how this haunt thinks and understands? At the very most, we can get into the same thought process of that, so we can counter them to some extent, Cyphus?
A decent counterpoint.
I don't think the haunts are truly sentient enough to think. I don't think it is someone playing a trick on us. I think it is something that just happens. That's why I think we're spending too much time thinking about them instead of just going and, doing. Plus, think of all the things that are buried down there.
Oh,
this information, this is not history, this is make-believe. I don't care about make-believe. I want to know what's really down there.
I'm going to give Cyphus a bit of a quizzical look about
that sentence. I don't care about make-believe.
Right.
Your whole existence is make-believe.
Back in the day, Cyphus used to watch people play Dungeons and Dragons and call them a bunch of dweebs.
Okay, yeah.
That's not meta because we're playing Pathfinder.
The Dungeons and Dragons, what a noob game.
That's my headcanon.
Blah.
Pathfinder exists in the D&D universe, and D&D exists in the Pathfinder universe.
Oh.
Makes sense. By the same token, I'm just going to give Cyphus a bit of a quizzical look at that statement going, as much as I want to continue on with this, Cyphus, maybe we should just go in there and see. So I find if someone who loves to delve in books says he just wants to find out what he wants to find out, but doesn't mind the details. But I guess that's neither here nor there.
Right, Joe, I deal in facts. And the fact of the matter is we were never in that place. So these documents are clearly false. And if they're false, they're generated by the haunt. And the haunt is using our own minds to generate them. So they really are meaningless.
And yeah, that was true. Our own minds would be able to dictate how we want the story to go. And yet, I don't imagine my end in Cyphus. He's gonna smack the mugshot with his neck across, getting decapitated. I mean,
At that
yeah, I
moment,
can
I
imagine.
will walk into the kitchen. I will see the food, and I will say, "Oh, Raphael, you made pancakes?"
No, I did.
I will look over at Kendra, and I will say, "Well, they smell fantastic." And then I will take my
Turn and
holy
leave.
symbol. I'll take my holy symbol of protection and a pancake, and I will give myself that resistance before I eat.
You do see
they
Sika,
smell
Boots,
delicious.
and Ba are all having breakfast, though Ba and Sika seem much more interested in what Boots is eating, as Boots is continuing to try and bat both of them away. But
You know,
the
for a
second,
second there, I
Boots
thought-
bats.
For a second there, I thought Bob was going to be breakfast, but you went in a different direction.
Later. But as Boots
Give it
tries to
time.
bat one away, the other one goes for his bowl, and so on and so
Tack, tack.
forth.
Right.
They have advantage on attack rolls.
The power of flanking.
Alright, let's head out to Harrowstone.
Yalla.
Oh,
And we're on our way.
if
We
you're
can go
interested,
to
I was going to make my way through the market if you'd like to walk with me. There's a bit of a farmer's market going on right now every Wednesday.
Jack
Sure.
looks pleased.
We might find something useful.
It's not going anywhere, and we might be able to find something good.
Yalla.
Yeah, I guess we can pick up one or two things. Shouldn't.
And if anyone gives you trouble and Kendra rolls up her sleeve and flexes the piddly muscle, I'll give them trouble.
I will
Of
give
course,
her a loving
Kendra.
pat on the head. In a joking manner, not like I'm gonna be super patronizing, but in a
You're way
tongue-in-cheek
too
kind
big
of
for her
way.
to stop you anyways. But Kendra appears to be correct. The whole town seems to be in swing. Folks are enjoying themselves. Kids are running about. Everyone seems pretty happy. Despite the gloominess of Ustalov, joy can be found sometimes.
Still really
This is
slumping on the job, man.
I feel like we need to disrupt this farmer's market. Good old fashioned slaughter.
Unleash
Why
the
is your
Jack.
Too
shoulder
nice.
angel Jack?
Oh
No,
wait,
no.
if you're all looking at Jack, he definitely does have all of his weapons in their appropriate places, and he looks like he's ready to go dungeon diving, not a day at the market.
That's because we are going dungeon diving. It's perfectly reasonable, Jack.
But yes, you do see people have various wares. You can see the a large dwarven woman who has stepped out of her forge and has laid out most of her weapons for anyone. Excuse me, anyone to peruse. You can see a few kids standing at a stall as their mothers are behind them, a elven woman and an orcish woman. Folks seem to be happy. Bandstand is in the center, playing some music, just keeping things lively.
well, that's a nice change of pace from what we've seen so far in Ravengro.
All right,
So,
wonderful.
I did hear that you all wanted to do some purchasing. Was there anything of interest that you were intrigued by?
I'll make my way to the blacksmiths. Someone want to look into. At the very most, I can see if the prices, but at the very least, I can see what's there.
And Jack runs into here.
Okay. You do find the store is locked as they brought a good deal of their wares out to be seen.
Fine. Jack runs to whatever marketplace that store is located.
All right. Small stall is set up. The two women are running it with their 5 daughters, doing their best to draw some attention. You see that some of the girls have bits of splotches of green in their skin. Most of them have pointy ears, and one of the smallest ones about your size. You can't imagine she's more than like 5. Has a pair of tusks and some green ears. Orcs and elves, they make weird kids.
Right.
It's gross.
Lol. Hey. Wait, did you actually say that out loud?
No, I did not say that out loud.
Okay.
My character is not nearly confrontational enough for that.
Raphael would have been very displeased.
Alright, so what does he see on display there?
Wide assortment of weapons, though nothing as close to what the dwarf is selling. Various sets of rope, some climbing gear. They do have a sign asking about any special orders that they might be able to provide. Just inquire with them.
Alright,
It seems to be just a basic general store.
He looks at whichever one of them looks like the most elfish looking of the lot.
Probably the Elven Mother.
Alright, so he would walk to her, or ride to her rather.
Hello, can I help you?
Hey, so you look like an elf. And elves,
You must be an adventurer to figure that out.
Got points.
I was going somewhere with this. And elves look like they can make. Well, I heard elves make the best bows, like period, bar none. So I wanted a short bow.
You know, that is a bit of a rumor. I know there's many stories of fantastic archers, but I feel that a lot of our craft is better suited towards dual wielding than bow fighting. But that doesn't mean that we don't provide.
Are you saying the dwarves make better bows?
The dwarves make better beer.
But not better bows.
No. They have rather large and thick hands that aren't suited for such crafts. They make
I
good
don't think that is a good
crossbows.
enough argument.
Casual racism.
Right.
Welcome to Ustalav.
Hey DM, can I make a check of some kind to see if anyone at the market has the item I posted in chat?
A prismatic crystal. Let me take. One moment. The internet decides to load super slow.
And just while you're thinking on that, I'm here for a short bow, like I said.
They do provide for you a small bow. It should certainly do the job, though you can't tell whether this is a short bow made for your size or a training bow made for children.
He would look at it with some suspicion and give it full draw strength, considering his draw strength is pretty good.
He's got like 20 strength, doesn't he?
He's got a 16.
Just rips the bow in half.
Right. He's like,
I'm sorry, I really did think for a moment that you had a 20 strength, and I was really keen on the image of you just flexing and your whole shirt just explodes. Yeah!
He's got
Right.
some mad strength, dude.
yeah, no, I got pretty good strength for my size. I'm jacked.
He just reaches
yeah.
up, grabs the elf, pulls
Great.
it down. You think because I'm a gnome, I don't have a strength score?
Right.
That leads to an awkward situation where the orc wife picks him up by the collar, but accidentally picks the wife up as well.
Right.
Chain of intimidation. But
And then
after
he
doing some
picks
searching,
up the orc.
and that's
And
how
now they're just
fly
floating in
skill
the air.
works, kids.
Right. And that's how. And that's where it goes super effective, and yet defies physics.
Physics, bitch,
But-
I'm a gnome.
The unfurling scroll does seem to have the item that you were looking for. The teacher has it behind a glass case. Can I help you?
Yes, I am a practitioner of certain esoteric arts, and I believe that this item you have on display might help me improve my craft. I would like to make an appraise check to see what it's worth.
By all means, I am one who enjoys the esoteric arts. Fun research, but makes for boring conversation. No one cares about phrenology as much as I do.
There is just such a low standard of intellectual life in some places. It's very sad.
I blame the skulls.
Well, There are only so many interesting skulls you can find outside of certain places. Now, certain places, say further underground, you can find some truly spectacular specimens. 23.
Yes, you can see this should go for about 30 gold. I actually have some rather interesting skulls if you're interested.
Well, I'd be happy to come by, say, tomorrow or the day after and have a look. But for now, how about, say, 25 for the crystal?
Tell you what, let's call it 27 and I'll let you peruse my collection.
Sounds like a deal.
I've got a skull from Morast.
Interesting.
If you want to roll a knowledge local on that, I can provide.
Do not have knowledge local.
Well, then we'll just put a negative to it. Best you've heard of the rumors? Although it's not really a species that exists, Morast seems to be a town of gator folk. Not lizard folk, gator folk.
I wish I could have played as one of them.
Like one day I'll put out a book on all the races that should exist.
Yeah, mama, get that gator.
You weren't far off. But yes, he does sell it to you for the price.
Do the gator people speak Creole?
Once I learn how to speak Creole, they do.
What are they called again?
They are from Morast. M-O-R-A-S-T.
Morast rude.
It's gonna be a really hard name to pronounce in that kind of accent.
I know. I'm just talking nonsense.
They probably just have like some really cool Creole name for their people.
Or kin, yins, y'all. But, Jack, as you're perusing through the short bow, is anyone else going to be doing anything?
No,
Well,
I
like I, s-
don't have any coming to mind.
like I said, just pop up to the blacksmith a bit just to have a word with a smithy.
You know what?
I'm
I am
sorry.
going to get the net. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go get a net.
You crazy.
I'm gonna take the disadvantage to throwing the net.
You
And I'm gonna
decide,
get the damn net.
with the love of your god behind you, to do the unthinkable and buy that net. You do approach Jack as he is talking with them. The orcish woman turns to you. Can I help you?
Not anymore.
Oh, she turned to me, right?
Yes.
We're talking to me. Yes, hello, fine lady. I am looking for a net. A combat net, to be specific.
I think anything can be used for combat if you're strong enough.
Haha. Too true.
I've killed the man with a window before.
Wait, like defenestration through window or bludgeon with?
Both.
Haha. Well done.
It is at this moment that you notice that the window behind them to their shop appears to have seen some damage.
It's like first part of it.
So, what do you want to kill people with?
A net.
Right. She smacks her forehead for getting it. She hands
No,
you
it's
what
okay.
appears to be a fishing net, but it's a rather large fishing net, so it should do this.
Fishing nets are 25 square feet.
Goodness gracious. Yes, no, something much smaller. I only need to ensnare like maybe two opponents at
you
at
see
the-
her-
at most.
She lays it out and takes a sword. How much smaller?
Wait, what did she say?
How much
Pulled a
smaller?
sword out, and she's offering to just cut the net down to the size you want.
Oh, okay. I guess 10 foot square.
She cuts you a 10-foot square bit. She looks to
No.
the remaining piece of net and just wraps around her leg and just kind of measuring like, What about you, Grigori? What are you up to? Grigori?
Gregorio.
Someone else.
Alright, hot potato, right. So what's Cyphus doing?
I'm not doing anything. I'm ready to go.
Cyphus is at the edge of town going, come on! So, you want to speak
I
to
don't understand why we're wasting our time here.
So, Cyphus, what are you doing?
You already asked me.
Right? Rigel.
I hate you. I hate you so much.
I either meant to do it or I messed up.
Yeah, I don't think you meant to do it.
Rigel, what are you're talking to the Forge Master?
Yeah, I will go. I walk up to the blacksmith and go, "Hey there. May I have a word?
Hello.
May I have a word? Hello there.
Hello.
May I have a word about I guess a bit of armor I'm looking into, or at least a piece of it. May I see your wares?"
She walks around the counter and she's a big dwarf. She kind of takes your arm and extends it out, and then grabs the other arm and extends it out, and she's just kind of doing the measuring, just not really.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't mean a full set of armor. If anything, I'm looking for protection of the head and neck. If you've got anything like that.
She grabs you by the belt and pulls you down so she can look at
Ah!
you. One big old hand wrapping around just to get an idea of how big your neck is. She's a very big lady.
I'm gonna make sure I'm on my best behavior with this, lest she break me like a twig.
Come now, twigs put up resistance.
Right.
I could put metal
so-
around your neck.
That's not a bad idea, but maybe perhaps in the way of chainmail, perhaps. Just well, I was thinking much more like I guess almost
Coif.
something like that. Well, like a band of chain, or like a headband, and then from their chainmail from the head all the way to the neck down, or something like that, with a spot for the eyes, with an opening for the eyes, if you will.
So a coif.
Yeah, something like that.
So, a coif.
Yes, if that.
So do we want it to function as a neck guard?
Yeah. Just some. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was thinking of something like that. Just out of curiosity, how much would that be? Just in theory, if you will.
She sighs and pulls out an abacus and begins to move
Click,
some
clack.
bits around.
Click clack on the baseball track.
Nothing for a coif in Pathfinder.
No.
Look at
best
the
you got
neck
is
guard.
Gorget.
Gorget.
I'm sorry, it's the
They-
neck guard.
I have no.
The gorget. You're a gorget.
You're a Gorget.
Your mom's a gorget.
She is. She's gorgeous.
I could do a magic one that would cost 12,000 gold, but no one has that money. So I could whip something up for 20 gold.
Yeah, who do you think I am over here? Midas? What do you... Hey.
Well, I think that sounds good. Yeah, don't worry about time frame. Me and my companions are going to be out and about looking into some things that have been, I guess, vexing the town as of late. So
She puts a hand over your face as she's just measuring the size of the hole, and you see her lay out a piece of chainmail and then punch a fist through it.
This is an awesome blacksmith.
Not
Cheers!
She then puts it over your head. It fits.
Well, very, very good.
Raphael is clapping. He's just in the back going, "Bravo, bravo."
Thank you. It's what looks wonderful. So 20
Black
gold
Widow
then.
monk?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, and he'll pay the 20 gold kindly.
She takes it and just puts it down her bust. Thank you.
Of course.
20 gold
Thank you.
piece. Imagine 20 gold going into the bus.
I'm imagining that stack of coins. That's like, wow.
It's a wonderful job. Pleasure doing business with you, and I look forward to doing more business again in the
I'm
future.
sure you are.
Thank you, and he's gonna leave. Raphael, I can imagine just smiling from ear to ear, just like, that was great.
It's as you're looking through. Whoops! No,
My sentiments
Those
exactly.
villagers.
Shoo, child!
In that kid's
As-
defense, that's how I'm feeling.
As you are looking through the various bows, Jack, you hear. And the
That
sound
whistle will haunt your
of
dream.
wings.
And he just laughs. He goes, "Joke's on you. I'm not stealing anything here."
You hear that whistling getting louder, Jack, coming from the center at the bandstand where everyone else is playing.
And Jack would look at the elf, and he'd go, "I think I want this bow. Do people go through phases of delusion here? Is this like one of those epicenters for psychotic episodes?"
Well, everyone
Where'd you get
has
that
their
vocabulary all of a sudden?
He ate a thesaurus.
The thesaurus, the most intelligent dinosaur.
Right.
What'd she say?
What's that? Well, I suppose we all have our phases, as she looks to her daughter, who half of the side of her head has been shaved.
It's not a phase, Mom.
Gosh.
She dyed it, and so she shaved it. And really, the daughter just wanted to have the side of her head shaved.
Now, how old are the daughters? I'm kidding.
Going through them, the eldest looks about in that area, but the others are a bit too.
In that area.
I know.
This is just jokes. Anyway, continue, please.
But that music is getting louder, Jack. And so is the beating of wings. Can everyone else roll me a perception check?
Of course.
No.
Yes, I can.
You're so demanding.
I am.
How to play this video game.
Is it technically a video game?
It is now, because we're playing it online.
Damn.
Oh, I need to get a 20-pack of Whistlers. Get them enchanted.
Give me a roll for Dory.
No.
Grigori has rolling. Oh, poor Grigori.
Gregory. No.
So disappointing. He beat me by 1.
So, those above 15 hear the sound of insectoid wings beginning to beat.
Raphael, do you hear that as well?
True? What? Hear what?
Is all you would hear from Jack after he pays the lady and runs.
So I am in.
Oh, Jack just takes off?
Yep.
I'm in the scroll guy shop, and I've got some like deformed-looking Elephant Man skull, and I'm like, yes, quality. And I will look up, hand it back to him, and say, "Pardon me," and I will walk briskly outside.
As you hear the random gnome yelling from one sector. And I run to the center of the marketplace.
Oh,
Okay, so Cyphus is here.
Oh, honey.
Well, I'm with Grigori, wherever Grigori is.
You were the one going, let's get out of here.
Yeah, but I'm,
Where's
bound to
Grigori?
Grigori. I stay with him.
Okay, so where's Grigori?
love between two guys.
Grigori. Where
What?
you is? Where you is? Ping on the map where you is.
Here, tell you what, I'm gonna move your tokens on, and then you just move yourselves accordingly.
Hey,
Okay.
tokens!
Alright.
Also roll me initiative.
Beautiful. Don't forget to
Uh-oh.
click your dude before you click the button.
Words to live by.
Click your dude. Where's the blacksmith one more time?
Blacksmith is here.
Yeah, okay, cool, perfect.
If memory serves, the scroll shop was right there.
The scroll shop's, yeah, right here.
Right there? Okay, so I would have just walked right out the door.
They really need to give me more of a map of Robingrove, but that's on
Well,
them. and
this
not
map
me.
is
Well,
drawn
that's
in
too
50-foot
damn bad.
sectors. You needed
It's
to have a
also-
more zoomed-in version.
Well, you can see the lines where it's just
Supposed
the
to
lines
be.
don't match up. Yeah.
Yes.
Lines don't match up, and the lines are designed for 50-foot squares.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh
Each
yeah,
one of
you're
those
right.
boxes is 50 feet.
Oh man.
Now you boys are giant.
Yep.
Yes, I am huge.
This is the biggest Jack will ever be.
Y'all can call me Hugh Monger.
Oh shit, I forgot. Hold on.
Oh, done. That was fun.
Just as long as little hunters flying around in cables trying to cut our necks, I think we're good.
It's just
Your
bugs.
obsession with the neck.
He's a neck man.
And you also need to give me Sika.
Oh, really,
Actually,
though?
fair.
I may be
If
not
that
the
matters.
first.
And I just put myself in the initiative because I didn't know I wasn't in it.
So,
I'll
the
just have
music
her
begins. Oh wait, did I not put it in?
No, she's there. She'll act on my turn, though.
Gotcha.
I am running out of time, so I will have to leave after combat.
So,
I think we'll be done after this.
as the heavy
Yeah.
beating of wings begins to emerge, you can see those playing begin to slowly stop as they realize coming out of the gazebo in the center. Yes, it's gazebo. Two Sturges. The music seemed to have them entranced for a moment, but now that it's stopped, they're unleashed.
Oh no, Sturges.
Good thing I have a bow and plenty of arrows.
Good thing I have a gun.
Good thing I can only
Cyphers.
vaporize all the children as well as it.
It's level 1. This game didn't give me much to work with.
Yeah, I get you. I'm just saying, I'm gonna murder everyone in this 30 feet from around me if I try to hurt
This is a
them.
horror game, so harass them with a kitten.
I'm gonna give them giant mosquitoes.
Don't worry, I'll find a way to make these scary later.
God, Scourges can be scary. But,
It's the grapple.
oh, there's only 2 of them.
Yes, there are only 2.
You
For
should
now.
increase that number. by double.
I will later.
No. Alright. They're coming for me anyways, I'm running. Not. Die, foul scum.
So, Jack's first up. Having been previously warned, he's able to see them coming.
Alright, I'm gonna assume that they're pretty much right there and not the 200 and something feet away.
They are atop the bandstand.
Which is how far from me?
We'll say they're about 40.
40 feet, you say?
Yes, I do, sir.
Works for me.
What happened? What was that? Why?
I should arrow at one.
That was your to hit, 10. Okay, so everyone is beginning to run a bit terrified because even though they're just giant mosquitoes, they're just commoners. Your arrow whizzes by as both of them manage to dodge out of the...
I really wanted to bury it in the back of somebody. Like, oh god damn it, Jack.
I saw that as a possibility. It was like,
yeah, I'm fine with it.
right?
Like, we can't go anywhere in this town without murdering someone.
Alright,
So-
I sent Sika after another one.
Alright, they are flying at the moment, so she'd have to make
Okay,
a
so
jump.
she has to do a acrobatics first. Oh, it rolled off the nat 20. What was that?
I saw that too.
She leaps up into the air, but they manage to just go up, dodging her bite. So, they're going to go for the nearest one, as they're going to go charging for a townsfolk. So, you see, miraculously, one of them come rushing for a townsfolk, as it's just one of the guys playing, and he just takes his drum and blocks the attack. Its needle-like nose gets stuck in the drum, as a little cacophony of drum music plays as it's trying to beat against it to get its nose out. It's currently grappled because it rolled a 1.
That's awesome.
You can
I'm gonna
dance
start
to
snapping. I'm gonna start snapping.
it. It's a toe-tapping travesty.
Oh, that's
Just a toe tap it. Just tap it toe.
Cyphus, you're up.
You go, Saifu.
Your boredom is suddenly awoken as something happened.
Well, no, now my fear is awoken. How far away are they?
You are about 50 feet.
50 feet away. I'm gonna touch Great Glory and give him a Vision of Madness, give him a +1 on his to hit.
So a icy chill runs up your spine as you are given a bonus, Grigori. Unpleasant, but helpful. Is that all you're gonna do for your turn?
I think I'm just gonna. If I can't duck inside a building, I'm gonna duck around a building.
All right, so you're.
What I'm trying to do is distance myself from the townsfolk.
And you see that there are those that are trying to rush to the aid, but with the crowd being what it is, it's a little difficult to move through. Deacon,
Oh no, I'm not going to the aid. I'm trying to get away from people.
I know. I'm just letting you know as background.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where is the blacksmith shop? Could you ping that on the map for
The
me?
blacksmith shop is right by.
Hello.
How far away from me is that?
I'd say it's about 100.
100 feet? Alright, so nothing I can get to this round. Darn, I was really hoping that there would just be a fully loaded crossbow just sitting right next to me for me to just grab. I will I will make my way toward the enemy, weapon in hand, and I will set action to attack if one of them gets within my threatened range.
You could move to them. They're about 40 feet from you, with them being in the center of the bandstand.
Would I be able to get a hit off if I did that?
You could certainly throw some.
Actually, I'll use one of my focus points to expeditious myself so I can get there in one turn and swing.
Okay. One is currently grappled. Which one are you going for?
I will go for the grappled one, because that sounds like it would be easier to hit.
Go for it.
By an order of magnitude.
Whose magnitude, and why did he order it?
Note to self, make a religious group called the Order of Magnitude.
Well, we do have a lot of religious people in this group.
A name is found. So, how are you going to finish him?
So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wreck this guy's drum. So he's got it. The blade is going to go right through the bug and the drum and stop like right in front of him.
So, you hear as through the drum, out the other side, inches from the guy's belly. He's looks you a little horrified, grateful, but not very.
I'm going to look at him and say, "You really seem more like a brass man."
He's made of flesh. You just hear from over your shoulder. He's actually made of flesh.
I'm taking psychic damage. Grigori, you're up. Save me.
That's a good
Shooting
question.
one of the creatures.
All right,
That hurt.
finish him.
The one that's alive.
Oh!
Even suffering from the distance, you are able to get that shot off. How do you want to finish him?
I cannot finish them off because I need to reload.
No, that single shot was enough.
Oh, the single shot was enough?
Yeah.
Just let it drop dead.
Okay. A man who has struggled with peace, you managed to fire a single shot off that goes straight through its skull. It drops to the ground slowly but surely and passes.
Well, it's Exo
kindness
Skull.
paid upon it. Well, the skull is outside, so you still went through it.
The Exo-Skull.
Yeah,
Not a skull.
gotta make that a band name.
Just an exoskeleton.
The Exo-Skull.
Right? Sounds
Although, if creatures are going to be that big, would they have an exoskeleton at that point, or would they have
I think
an
they'd have more
internal?
like a hybrid of internal and exoskeleton. Also, exoskull sounds like a tyrannid.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
Well, the problem with exoskeletons is that
They would collapse under the weight.
Yeah, exactly. So, but this is fantasy world where you have spiders the size of dragons. So I'm just gonna
Dragons the
assume
size of
that we're
spiders.
just ignoring that reality.
I'd be
But-
totally okay with like a little mini.
Well, you
dragon.
gotta remember, Wizards of the Coast has never really explained how dragons can fly.
I mean,
They've only
I
ever
feel
explained
like
that they shouldn't be able to.
I feel like a
So-
dragon the size of a spider would probably be like what a pseudo dragon baby look.
Their
Well,
skeleton
I just-
is never
Way
just
bigger
want-
than that.
But
I just want a little baby dragon that'll go on my head, and we'll be best friends. Is that too much to ask?
You can
Yes.
find it.
One died. Who's next?
Actually, both of them.
They're both
died.
dead.
Oh,
The
well,
creature's
that's why the
slain
turtle
as
disappeared.
you two have as all of you have rushed to everyone's aid. There's a brief
Well.
moment as people are genuinely shocked that these creatures would put down so quickly. The drum player drops it and gives you a big hug, Deacon, very thankful.
I
And a
will
good deal.
awkwardly pat him and say, "Yes, there."
As a
Make
man
sure
of
he's
the drum,
not picking your
that pleasure.
pocket.
Also, a good deal of people are trying to get to you, Grigori, to shake your hand. What a fine shot you pulled off.
Fine shot, lad. Fine shot.
Grigori just starts shooting them.
Rat-a-tat-tat-tat.
This just in, local paladin declares everyone a heretic!
Yes, Lord.
Exterminatus.
Only the unholy touch me.
It was at that moment that Grigori became a Dalek.
Yeah, well, Jack runs over, grabs the sturge that only lost its head, and then proceeds to the nearest field.
Oh, okay. You can make your way out to the nearest.
As he runs off, I will say, "Save the proboscis!"
I mean, you
What
have.
he said?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. I believe that is it for me. Well done, everyone.
Unfortunately,
but
we had
I-
to call things a little bit early, but I
Yes,
think we've had
I-
a good time. We'll see what Jack's
I-
up to next week.
Thank you, everyone, for watching this installment of the Carrion Crown from D6 Damage, brought to you by the Spell Tracker app, a fantastic way for you to keep track of your spells and special abilities, available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. Check it out and improve your performance in your next Pathfinder game. All right, guys, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Say
So
goodbye.
long, farewell,
So long.
Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye.
Truce.